Hey gang, welcome back to the Destination Baby and Kids YouTube channel. This is Gina. I'm your host and I'm so excited to be here with you guys today to go over a stroller that I have been so pumped to get. So what are we going to be looking at? We are going to be reviewing the Peg Perego YPSI 2025. So this is one that I've been just dying to get my hands on, and it's finally here, so very excited to give you guys a little review about it. Now, if you haven't yet, this would be a really good time to go ahead and subscribe to this channel. We review all kinds of strollers, car seats, baby products, just in general. We really do everything best for baby. The other thing that I would say is if it makes sense to share this video with someone, go ahead and share it. Sharing is caring. And if you have a question or a comment, you can leave it below. Love to hear your thoughts on the products and see what you guys are thinking or what you might have questions about. One other thing that I would encourage you to do, if it makes sense, if you like what you're learning here on this YouTube channel, you can do your best level of support by heading over to my website directly, destinationbabykids.com. You can buy the YPSI 2025 directly from me. You can buy the car seat that we're talking about in this video directly from me. Again, I am a real true brick and mortar store here in the greater San Francisco Bay Area. Again, destinationbabykids.com. Everything best for baby. I promise you, you'd be able to find something on there that you like, even maybe something on sale. So go ahead and head on over there after the video, of course, and check us out. We would love to sell you something and send it right to your door. Usually have free shipping too. Okay, thanks for the commercial. Here we go. Let's launch into the product. So what are we looking at? We are looking at this gorgeous YPSI 2025 shown in a color called Java. Java is the all black with the gorgeous dark brown leather handle here. So it is sort of like a black-brown two-tone. Very, very cool. Why do I love this stroller? So the thing that I think that is most exciting about YPSI for me, well, there's several things. First and foremost, it's made by Peg Perego and it's made in Milan. So Peg Perego is a family-owned brand. They're made in Italy. Peg actually stands for Filomena e Giuseppe. Those are the grandparents of the Perego family. So, you know, definitely family owned, still run by the same people, which is very exciting. I think they're in their third or fourth generation, so that's very cool. So the product is not made in China, made in Italy. Another thing that I think is so exciting about this specific brand is that if you buy it from a true brick and mortar store, like not off of Amazon, but off of destinationbabykids.com, you will get a 5-year warranty on this product. If you buy it on Amazon, you're gonna get the standard 2-year warranty. But again, you buy it from a small brick and mortar, like destinationbabykids.com, and you would get a 5-year warranty on the stroller. So if you think about how long you're gonna be using the stroller, 5-year warranty is actually pretty awesome, almost unheard of in the industry. Most strollers standard 1 or 2 years, some of them will do 3, but 5 is insane, especially considering that it's not made in China. So, made in Italy, 5-year warranty, as long as you buy it from destinationbabykids.com. So we love that. Other things that make this stroller awesome is that it is extremely narrow. It is only about 23 inches wide, so super narrow, super lightweight. It's only gonna weigh 22 pounds. Okay, awesome. But on top of all of that, it can be newborn compatible with the purchase of a newborn insert to go directly into the seat. You can also make it newborn compatible with their brand car seats. They offer 3 different infant seats. The one that I'm going to show you guys actually has a recline, so that is unbelievably fabulous and cool. And then, of course, they make a bassinet that can be in your home with a stand that you could click on and off the stroller frame if you wanted. Now again, bassinet's gonna be a separate purchase. We won't get into that in this video. I did make a separate video about that, so feel free to check that out. I will link it. But we will definitely be talking about the car seat going on it and showing you guys that, as well as the other main thing that makes YPSI so cool. It is single to double, which means when we're ready to turn this into a 2-child solution or possibly even 3-child solution, they are going to help make that something that growing families are going to be able to do. And not only are they going to be able to do it, but they'll do it more cost effectively than most other brands. So that is so fabulous. Let's launch into everything that's going to make the stroller so awesome. So I'm going to point out, I'll go over the specs with you guys, but just to show you, height adjustable handle. Very nice tall handle height here. I'm wearing flats today, so a little bit taller on me. And then something else that I love about this stroller is that it's going to have a canopy that can raise on the frame to give more canopy clearance for a taller child. So as they get larger, we're not stuck with one canopy clearance height. You can originally have the canopy sitting shorter, and then it can come up to be taller, which is fabulous. Another nice feature on the stroller is going to be there is a covered peekaboo window that has actual ventilation. So this isn't just like a plasticky window. It's a ventilated window on top of the stroller that can be covered with a magnetic cover or open. So love that. Now, speaking of ventilation, because a lot of these products, it's so hot outside today here. You can't tell, but it's probably about 100 degrees outside. I'm going to go ahead and open up the stroller, and another nice feature is that it has a magnetic buckle. So again, most of the brands are moving toward a magnetic buckle. Peg Perego is doing that here with YPSI. So something else that is so exciting is that you can go ahead and remove, if you are so inclined, the backrest of the stroller seat. And what would that achieve? Well, if you take this backrest out, and again, this is my first attempt at doing this completely and fully here to show you all. But so the backrest is removable, and you guys will see, I'm going to bring the stroller closer to the camera, the stroller seat here. You will be able to see how ventilated that is. That is crazy. That is so much ventilation. Hey. So breathable on the back of the stroller seat as well as up on the top. So we're going to be getting a ton of ventilation, which is fabulous. And again, I'm only going to show the 3-point click here on the magnetic buckle, but those pieces magnet together, whoops, pop off. And then your third piece, well, like that. So it's a pinch together instead of pinching on kiddo's tummy. So I love that. So the seat has an awesome mesh ventilation, washable backrest, and then another great feature for this year is going to be articulating footplate. So the previous model, the footplate was not able to articulate like that. Here we're able to have that more upright as they're littler, and then as they get larger, we can go ahead and set that down. So that is very cool. The front tires have tire locks, so you want to go through grass, gravel, cobblestone, different terrain, you can go ahead and lock your front wheels so now that they're fixed, not swiveling, and then we get back on level terrain, you can go ahead and unlock those to be swiveling. So the tires are soft ride, they are no maintenance, so they aren't filled with air, you're not going to have to worry about that. I believe your rear tire is 10 inches and I think the front one is either 8 or 6 inches. So very nice tire size. Again, something that is very cool about this stroller is the fact that it is small and the fold on it is also small. So I'm going to go ahead and fold it up right now just to demonstrate that small fold. As you can see, just standing there all on its own, does have a handle on the seat. And as I mentioned, the stroller weighs 22 pounds. So it's about 6 pounds for the seat and then 16 for the frame. So why am I bringing this up about the seat versus the frame? Well, I'm going to go ahead and take the seat off just to demonstrate something very cool. When you buy this stroller, it's going to come with a set of pieces that look like this. So these are car seat adapters, okay? These are car seat adapters that will work with their brand car seat. So that is the car seat you see behind me here. This is the Primo Viaggio Lounge. This is a really cool car seat because it actually has recline. And what I'm doing is I'm attaching the car seat adapter directly onto the car seat to make this somewhat of a direct connection. Meaning now there's nothing that I have to add to the car seat or add to the stroller and able to make them work together. They're just going to be enabled to do that moving forward. I'm going to leave those pieces on the car seat. I never have to remove them once they've been on. They've been crash tested with them on there for the base and the baseless installation. So as you can see, I've got my car seat on the frame of the stroller and now I can recline it if I want to. Something that's really, really special about the frame and the car seat combination here is that this is a true one-handed operation to fold and remove the car seat. So why does this matter? I actually have a customer that only has one arm. So if you have a set of circumstances where doing something one-handed would be of value to you, this is an awesome option because we're able to go ahead and remove the car seat just like that. Now, she has a short arm and a long arm, so she would take her shorter arm and hold this component. And now the stroller frame itself, again, this is a one-handed operation where we only need one hand to get the whole thing to collapse. So now I've got my seat and my stroller frame, and I'm ready to rock and roll wherever I want to go. Very cool. And again, this Peg Perego lounge car seat has the recline, super awesome option. I think the price is $439, comes with the base. But again, sold separately. However, those car seat adapters are included when you buy the stroller, so if you end up with their brand car seat, they're just gonna work together without any drama, which is always exciting. We love a drama-free connection. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and take this stroller seat and set it back on the stroller in caregiver-facing mode, because I wanna show off something else that you could do with this stroller if you wanted. They make a product called the baby stage pad. Okay, this is an infant pillow that you could buy for $60, made in Italy. Very breathable. They use the tensil material, so we love that. But so this is a body positioning pad. This, in conjunction with the seat, will make our stroller suitable to use for a new baby coming home from the hospital. So if you wanted to use this stroller with a newborn and you didn't want to use a car seat and you didn't want to use a bassinet, you could buy this removable, washable liner made of tensil, made in Italy, and that will go directly into the stroller. And now you're going to be able to have that newborn go right into the stroller seat without having to mess with a car seat or worry about putting a bassinet component on the stroller. So if you're the type of person that just feels it would be easier maybe to not have to keep switching out pieces, this might be an excellent option for you, because the other exciting part about this guy is going to be that you can, of course, fold the stroller with the tensil insert. I'm going to show you guys here in the seat as I fall over the stroller. No, but so that's sitting in there now. That would make it so our new baby, when they're in there, their butt is hoisted up enough to be able to do caregiver facing, brand new baby, no car seat, no bassinet. Another thing that's exciting about Peg, and again, this is so stupid that I care about this kind of stuff, but since you guys make the effort to watch, let's show you every cool thing that they do. They're one of the only brands where you can take a toy and it attaches onto, there's like a little hook on the canopy. So I've got this little Scotty dog, Murno Scotty dog jelly cat bag charm hooked up right now to my YPSI. And I don't know if you guys can see, but it is just so cute. And it would be something for them to be able to look at. Guess what? That is also on their car seats as well. So the car seat canopy has that little attachment, which is, again, so fun, very thoughtful. You can tell they've been making strollers forever. But so as I mentioned, we've got the infant insert in there. I'll go ahead and turn the seat around, but this is what I was going to show the viewing audience. You will be able to fold the stroller with the infant insert in the seat without any issue. Yeah, the seat has to be forward facing, but that's true of about 99% of strollers on the market. And I want to say almost, most, if not all, the single to doubles for sure. Seat would need to be forward facing to collapse the stroller. So again, 22 pounds, we've got that infant insert in there for the additional $60, and now this stroller is newborn compatible, and the seat again holds the 50 pounds. The basket has a weight capacity of 15 pounds, so nice option. Now, as I mentioned, we can grow, just to show you guys too, one other fun thing about this stroller is that there's little nubs on the side that work really nicely with some diaper bag brands. So that's like a little Defy diaper bag. So cool on there, right? Looks great. And then also new basket for this year with Peg, where that bottom part opens up. Now, if you're from Canada, Your YPSIs have been like this forever. Canada's always had this frame, but this frame is new for the US. So our basket is bigger, more accessible, and actually closes with some magnetic pieces when you do it properly. You still have your adjustable leverage point to get up over a curb, which is really great. And remember, our front tires can lock if we're walking through all different types of terrain. So you can spin the tire, lock it, have your wheels be locked, fixed, pushed through snow, grass, gravel, sand, get to where you're going, and then go ahead and open that back up to being swiveling. UPF 50, of course, for the sun shade material. Love that feature, very nice feature. Now, as we mentioned before, if you want to grow your family, how would that work? Well, what's really nice is that they offer what's called the YPSI double kit. So that is $60 when you're ready, and it's 4 little components, okay? 4 little plastic brackets that's going to take the seat that came with the stroller and the car seat that you already own and make those pieces work together on the stroller. So this is very, very different than, let's say, UPBaby Vista. You cannot take the seat that comes on the Vista and click it onto the front position. You actually have to buy a full-on different second seat if you want to use a seat clicked onto the front of the UPBaby Vista. So it's not an interchangeable seat. And in fact, most single to double strollers do not offer interchangeable seats. The ones that do are going to be like the Nuna Demi Next and Cybex. Those are the only 2 I think that do. Wave, it's a separate seat. I guess Donkey, it's technically the same seat. Kangaroo, it's a different seat. And Vista, different seat. So most strollers that are single to double will force a different seat to click onto the secondary position. So our main seat, the seat that came with this, will now clip on to the front of the stroller. So that 50-pound toddler would now go in this position on the front. And then on the rear of the stroller, we would go ahead and take that kiddo from before and throw him right back on there. So now we've got a setup for 2, which is pretty darn fabulous. They also enable you to do a standing riding board on the back, which would make it for 3. What a nightmare. However, what's really pretty clever from the brand is that they offer what are called handle extensions. So you can buy these sold separately. Sorry, my alarm's going off. You can buy these sold separately for $20, and these will enable you to click them onto the stroller frame to give yourself a taller handle harness height. So why would that matter? I don't think it matters so much when you're doing just 2, but again, if we added a 3rd kiddo, or you had a parent that was very, very tall, and maybe they're kicking or bumping into some aspect of the stroller. It's one of the only brands, besides Bumble Ride, where you can clip on these pieces, extensions, and then your handle will come up. I mean, that is ridiculous. Even taller. But it gives another child that would be standing and riding enough space to do that without bumping into a car seat and without me as the parent kicking them. So very, very cleverly designed. Love all of the bells and whistles that you can buy separately for it. Again, the value at $7.99 with what it comes with is pretty unbelievable. But just wanting to run through all the stuff that makes it special, building it for 1 or 2. Of course, it'll fold with the double kit on it. I'm going to go ahead and remove it though, just because we'll set it back into single mode and go over the specs with you guys really briefly before we finish up the video. And then we are going to have some videos comparing it to other single to double strollers and just to single strollers. So put the seat back on, and I am going to leave the backrest off because again, I think that ventilation is such a cool feature. I want to definitely show that off. And let's talk about the specs. Let's grab our spec sheet. We'll run through these quickly. So again, YPSI 2025 comes in 3 colors. 3 or 4 maybe. Head to my website, destinationbabykids.com. You can check all those out. Price is $7.99. Warranty is 5 years. The weight is the 22 pounds. The seat is the 6 pounds. The frame is the 16. The backrest is 18.5 inches tall. The canopy clearance at the tallest is 23 inches. Our harness minimum is 10 inches. Our maximum is 14. The seat width is 12 inches. The seat depth is 10 inches. It's a really deep, big seat, which is great. And then our crotch belt depth is 5 inches. The leg extension, which is this piece here where it drops down, that goes to 11.5 inches. And then you also get an additional knee drop here down to 17 inches. So for a long-legged kid, it could be very accommodating. Without the handle extensions, you get 4 spots for handle height, 39, 40, 41, and 42. The magnetic type is a 3 to 5 point magnet. Basket capacity is the 15 pounds. The basket dimension is 26 inches by 14 inches, so it's a pretty large basket shelf. The front opening can be as big as 14.5 inches, and then our back opening is 6.5 on the basket. It is not newborn compatible out of the box, but again, with that pillow that I showed you guys for 60 bucks, it can be newborn compatible. So we do love that, and that's a $60 addition. The brakes are not sandal friendly, but I gotta tell you, I'm wearing fancy flip-flops right now, and I'm not concerned about popping it up. So it's a very easy brake to use. There is a heel stirrup on the seat, thankfully. Is it a one-handed fold? When the seat's on it, it's a two-handed fold to get the seat to collapse. But as I mentioned before, when it's just the frame component, the frame will fold up with a single hand, just like that. So very, very easy, and it will stand on its own when folded. So we do love that. All right. Board for go on the back, the ride with me board, that would be $120. A cup holder for it, sold separately, is $25. The double kit, that plastic kit to turn it into a 2-kid system, would be $60 when you're ready. The bassinet, if you wanted it, with the stand, is $349. And just in case you were curious, yes, you can put other brand car seats on it. They do make adapters for Cybex, Nuna, Maxi, Cozy, Kleck. Those would be an additional $50. And I don't know, how you ended up with one where you're not buying brand with brand, but in case that happens, you're not gonna be SOL. You can still get this fabulous stroller, and you can put your Nuna car seat onto it if that's what you want. But remember, your Nuna car seat won't recline, so it's not made in Italy, doesn't have a 5-year warranty. So there's just some things about Peg, again, that are gonna make it really special that we always wanna highlight and call out anytime we talk about that brand. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. Feel free to check out my other videos comparing YPSI to some other strollers. We will see you in our next video.